Hello.
Hello.
What's going
Welcome,
on?
welcome, welcome everyone to the commentary zone. Oh, nothing much. What's going on with you?
It's the day before billing, and but I did work last night, so it's way better than what it would have been if I hadn't. So it'll be fine.
Cool. Well, hello everybody. As you come into the chat, please do us a favor and hit that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. Hey Trey, hey Black Lavender. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today we are talking about Belle Collective Season 1, Episode 10, The Reunion Part 1.
Mhm.
Okay, so I have Egypt Sherrod. Sherrod is the host. And then I have a note, review dresses. But I have a strike through on that because I only saw the dresses with them sitting down.
Mhm.
And I would much rather see them like standing up with the dresses.
No, you wouldn't. No.
Did you see them standing up?
I, hey, I saw them sitting down. That was more than enough.
Yeah, I okay. Why did I feel like poor little Antoinette's dress was eating her alive?
Cause it
And there
was.
was a massacre of blood everywhere. But she looks really good in red, but I think that dress was so voluminous. It was a lot for her because I think she's very petite. She's very short. She's
Yeah,
a little itty bitty thing. And I just thought that was just a lot.
it was too much for her frame.
Yeah. Um, and then I know everybody is saying Tambra's dress was like a loofah,
It was.
but I kind of liked it. I thought the color was very complimentary to her complexion. And it wasn't I am intrigued to see that standing up before I give it a final judge. And I couldn't tell
Mm.
if Marie was in a bodysuit or a dress, but it was just like a bunch of sequins or something.
It was just no.
Latrice's dress, I love the top,
Right.
but then the bottom, I was a little confused with the fabric.
Right.
And that's another dress because there seemed to have been like a sheer panel, then fabric. I want to see that like
Standing.
standing
This
up.
is
Yeah.
because you have to get the full effect to see what it actually is.
Yes. And last but not least, Leticia.
It was the least, but go ahead.
Okay. I did not mean that way. That's him. That's him.
Okay. Just
um
saying.
it was a beautiful color on her. That
Mhm.
particular color does photograph very well. However, I do think the nude illusion strap, I think that could have been removed if the bodice had more construction because, Grace and Mercy are very hefty and she needs support. But if your garment has inside undergarments, like a firm foundation, you don't need that support strap. I just feel like
Mhm.
if they had built up the foundation within the dress, like included a corset,
Mhm.
they would have held up the girls on their own without that additional
Right.
nude piece. To me, it made it look like a figure skater outfit.
What threw me off was I couldn't figure out what fabric was it. Was it polyester or faux satin?
Like a
It,
figure skater outfit? I'm not getting into that with you. I
it
don't
just didn't read. It just
know.
didn't read. It
It
didn't
was a
read.
cute color.
It was no. It just didn't read as like the other ladies kind of read as sophisticated and like a little bit more luxurious. Hers
Mm-hmm.
just gave me like you went to like the adult version of toddlers and tiaras because of the way because of the fabric choice. No, it was very pageanty, and
Yeah.
it didn't compliment her, which was annoying. I felt like all the other women, like the fits complemented their shape. Hers just didn't. I was like,
Well, again, this is where the corset would have came in because
the
she's got a
structure of the
little
dress.
Yeah, little bubble
Okay.
gut. Yeah, that would have helped, cinch it in. Like, this is why you like Vivienne Westwood. She is the queen of corsets in a dress and on top of the dress and as the dress. And she could take inches off of your midsection and suck in those breasticles. I think she could have done a lot with that. But yeah, I'm just intrigued to see all of the ladies' outfits. And Egypt looked pretty as well. I
Hmm.
liked her dress. I would have taken off the belt though, or done a different belt. I don't like the Gucci
She could
G's
have done
there.
better with a longer dress with the slit.
I don't think so. She's the host. I don't want her upstaging any of the bells. I thought it was a neutral color. It gave a little shine, a little sparkle. It was age appropriate for her, and it wasn't
Mm,
distracting.
I'll be nice.
Yeah, and I think all of her toes fit in the shoe. That's all you can want for an
Is it
outfit.
rude to say her ponytail outshine all the hairdos? Is that rude?
Um, I'm gonna let you have that one. However, I will say most improved um for hair to me was Antoinette.
But
I
remember,
liked her little short
but
hair.
Antoinette got them wigs together like halfway through the season after Leticia kind of just like read her a little bit.
But that's what I couldn't figure out. There's a hair goddess person on the show, and y'all had such weird headpieces.
Eh,
Um, I
personal
don't
style, I
know.
guess. Anywho, what did
Yeah,
you take away from this reunion?
I'm confused. Um, okay. I know everybody knows who this blogger is. I don't, and I feel that they gave him so much time and energy. He wasn't even on the show, but yet he took over the majority of this reunion. And I just feel like Marie, like, okay, you're on a reality show. You've opened yourself up to all of us for inspection. I just feel like she's crying
Hmm.
over somebody saying bad things about her. Granted, they were really, really bad things. But if they're not true, and this man has not the cleanest criminal record, why are you bothered about it?
Right. And tying it back to Latrice, my thing is this. For me, Latrice kind of told on herself a little bit because when Maria's like, "Oh, you're envious, you're jealous, blah blah blah." When Latrice said that, "Baby, you're renting, I own," I'm like,
But wait, I've been questioning her house from the beginning with the
"You."
with the
Mhm,
chairs on the stilts. I've been
mhm.
questioning it. Does, like, her whole thing doesn't make sense. If you own 10 businesses and you're this multimillionaire, like, your clothes, okay, I'm not going to say about clothes, but your home and your furnishings do not reflect that.
Yes, she did. I was on that live. More info was revealed on All About the Tea last night. Yeah, there was a
I
lot revealed.
I tried to watch it, but it interfered. Like, I'm on the East Coast, so she came on the same time as Atlanta. So I had to do my homework. I'm sorry.
Right.
Was it
So my thing
good?
is, how would you know? How would you know that? And then Marie didn't deny it. So I'm like, well, Latrice, you
They
told
live in a small town,
they do,
though.
but you
It's small
told but
town
you
gossip.
true, but you told them you didn't know who it was, but this was the information that came out. But then Marie, you're not refuting said information. So yes, somebody put the information out there, but you're not denying it. So why are you mad?
Truth hurts. I
I mean, like once it's out there, and like you're better off when it's out there. You're better off addressing it and say, "Hey, like yes, this is true. I rent my home. I can afford to do so." I mean, if we're gonna call it
but
thing and thing. But then
okay,
you
they
you
said
set
that
yourself
she
up.
was Wait, what were the charges? That she was committing fraud, that she's a
Her business,
felon,
yeah.
and what about her business?
Oh, they're all a sham.
They're all ashamed.
They're all fly. They're all fly by night businesses.
Okay, I'm not saying anything about that. Next. Okay. Fraud. All right. If no charges have been brought against you, next.
Right.
Felon. That can easily be looked up online, right? Felons are always in the general database of any state. If you know you're not a felon, next. Her businesses fly by night or shams. I'm not going to comment on that. But I've had my suspicions this whole season.
Yeah, it's just weird because you do say you own all these businesses, which is really really cool, but we never see any businesses outside of the mental health center, which is still great, but it's like, well, if you're doing all these things, where's the rest of them? Because you told your son you want him to like run any of your businesses, you didn't care. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, if you have all this stuff going on, like, why can't we see more of them? Why is it just focused on the healthcare center? Sorry.
Okay, so, and here's my other thing too. If you know the blogger is like, you're not his first target. Like, he's gone after people in politics. He's gotten in trouble. He's gotten websites taken down for harassment. To me, if this person is accusing me and he's not the most above board or best source for information, and he is on the harassment side, then basically I wouldn't be taking that seriously either, because he's like criminal adjacent. You know, like, don't trust the source if the source is shady. Like, I wouldn't be making such a big deal about this if I knew in myself that that these charges or these accusations were not true. Anyway, whatever. I don't know. Maybe I can't relate because I'm not in the public eye or anything like that. I'm just a nobody, so whatever. I don't have those problems. What did you think about Marie's explanation on what she said to Latrice about the hair?
My thing is, here's the funny thing. We said this way long ago. Remember, we thought the person she took the hair to squished out her hair, and that's the reason why it looked that way. And the simple fact that now you want to come on the reunion and say what we said, like, the person probably switched the hair. We just want to talk to Latrice to confirm. And I love when Egypt said that's not the way it came across on television. I'm like,
it wasn't.
Egypt, go in. Go in, Egypt. Great job. That's not the way it came across. It's not, and that's not how you meant it. You meant to embarrass businesswoman on national TV when you could have just called her.
Yeah.
Or just taking a photo, and you could have just worn her regular hair, which is I love her regular hair, and you could put Latrice aside, like, hey, by the way, but
let me ask a question. Because these hair bundles are really expensive, correct? When you buy a bundle, when you go to the store and the dress is on the rack and you get to touch and try on or whatever. I'm not saying that you get to try on the hair, but do you get to feel it and see it outside of the plastic pack, or do you have to buy it in the plastic pack without even like touching a sample or something?
So the place I actually asked somebody about this. I said, how does this normally work? They're like, well, normally when you buy it, they tend not to let you open the package. You know, this is because of the hair. But her hair is virgin hair. I mean, it has no treatments done to it. So I would think they wouldn't allow you to do that because you honestly with those they keep those typically in most places who do sell it is locked up because it's so expensive.
Okay.
Like it's not even a question.
But it's a
So
see-through pack. You can't see
oh,
into
you
it.
you can definitely if you put a package of virgin hair next to package of non-virgin hair, the difference you can see right away.
So it is a noticeable difference.
Oh yeah, because
Okay.
when
Okay.
Latrice said that's not my hair because my hair is virgin hair. And the hair that you presented had gold streaks in it. So it couldn't have been my hair.
Okay. All right. So it's not like you're buying a pig in a bag. And she did say that she went to the store. She didn't buy it offline or in the vending machine.
Right.
She went to the store. So the package was given to her in her hand for
Mm-hmm.
inspection. And you can see what kind
Yes.
of hair, shiny color, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you buy your package bundles and you go off to the wigologist and you
Mm-hmm.
give them the bundles and you say, make me a wig.
Yes.
And so when you get it back, like you should know what you bought, right?
Right. Especially when you said that you're a cosmetologist and you can make a hair do what it do. So for me as a cosmetologist, if you are one,
Mm-hmm.
you should have noticed the difference in the hair right away.
Yes, from when you picked it up.
Correct.
See, this is why I have so much doubt with Marie. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she does try to come up with these plausible excuses, but they generally don't make sense to me.
Right.
And then she says things in the aftermath that even go against me trying to believe her.
Right. Because my whole thing is, all right, like so you're really trying to what triggered me with this was you're trying to tell me that when you picked up the wig, you didn't expect it before you left.
Yes. Or did she just give it to her in a Publix plastic bag and she went home with it? Like I don't understand how this process works,
Right.
but I would think that if I'm paying several $100s
Hmm.
for like premium hair, I'm gonna want to make sure that it's the wig is what I brought there and that, you know, you didn't steal my hair, which seems
Good.
like what happened.
Right. And then you also have to think about the fact that you're paying. I think she paid $600 for this hair, right? You're paying $600 for the hair, plus you have to pay the wig maker to make it.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So there,
yes.
so therefore, you're spending around, let's say, eight hundred to $1,000 total. So you're telling me you're gonna invest $1,000
Mm-hmm.
and not inspect everything?
And then, like everybody keeps on saying in the chat, like bring the receipts. If I spent
Hmm.
$600 on something, I'm keeping that receipt for a while. Like
You have
like she
to.
bought it from a store, you
Hmm.
know? I
Yeah.
would want to keep the receipt.
And who nowadays doesn't have their credit card apps and their bank account apps on their phone? Like if you're so confident in what you say, you should be able to go to your phone and bring up your bank account and be like, or
Hmm.
credit card, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
give me one moment. I'm gonna log into this app real quick. Okay, here it is right here.
Yeah, this was the charge at your store, goddess
Hmm.
lengths or
Right.
whatever, you know?
And Latrice
Um,
made a good point. She's like, well, if you're having issues with your wig, why do you go back to the person who made the wig? You
yes.
always start. You always go. You go. You always go backwards and start with the last person who touched your product. Because here's the thing: you had no issue with the hair when you took it to the wig maker.
Oh, and then something else came up. I don't know, like if I've been watching a lot of shows on this, but they're now saying that the wig that she was playing with at the house wasn't the same wig that she showed up with at the brunch. How many
I've heard
wigs
that.
are there?
I've heard that.
I'm so confused with this.
Because what?
So confused.
So the hair on the mannequin. Granted, it wasn't the best quality. it still has some movement to it. But the wig that she wore to the brunch seemed a little bit more stiff. It looked the same, but the quality, the texture was a little bit worse.
Could she have put product on it? Could she have burnt it with the curling iron or flat
It's
iron or
possible.
something?
It's possible. She could have done more damage to it.
I mean, after all, it is hair. I've burned off my hair when I was younger.
And then my whole thing is this. Um, for it being virgin hair, and if Marie had went to her store and bought this hair, she would know that, especially since she paid about $600 for it. And ladies, you can help me out with this one, but I've never seen someone use a curling iron or um a straight comb on virgin hair, because wouldn't that dry it out and damage the hair?
But why are you doing that after you get it from the wigologist? Doesn't the wigologist style it? Like, make the wig, cut it into the style, and
Right.
then like zhuzh it and like
Yeah, that's why
style
I'm
it?
asking that question. I've never, because I know some ladies who I were we were in a group with, and they got, some of them had that kind of hair, and I've never seen them use any kind of heat on that hair. So I
But
think
if
it's
it's,
for damage.
but virgin hair is human hair, right?
Yeah, but there's no treatment to it.
No treatment
So
to it.
right.
But why couldn't you put a rolling a curling iron in it? It, like, I could put a curling iron in mine. I could put a flat iron in mine.
Because it's done nothing to it. You probably have done things over the years to it, and the risk is that how can I put this? Basically too much heat can ruin the hair. Like, like with your natural hair, you can treat it and do this and that to it, right? But you can cut it off and it grows back. With a wig, once you treat it, there's no really getting it back.
But I'm not talking about like putting in like a color, or a perm or something like that. But I do feel like human hair should be able to take heat, like especially like from a curling thing or a flat iron to
That's what
straighten
I'm
it out.
asking for. Because I think with virgin hair, it's a different quality. It's a different. I think something with the heat can ruin it. That's why I'm understanding from some other people. But we have to
Well, I'm not saying like turn it up to all, but like again, I'm not saying that, because I have burnt off my hair by using the wrong equipment on it. Like, I used a pressing comb to straighten out my hair, and I took the front part and I went like this, and then my hair came off because I burned my hair off because it was too hot, and pressing combs wasn't for my hair.
Okay.
Wait,
So here's
there's
what
a
it is.
difference in
Oh well.
quality. So wait, you're looking at Yanni's, right?
No, I just googled because I was pretty. I just wanted to like see what if I was on the right track. Go ahead.
Well, no, she had this comment here,
Hmm.
but there's a difference in quality. Some are untouched hairs, some are
Okay.
cheap quality that gets trenched out, so it's
Mhm.
weaker. Oh, okay,
Got it.
okay. But both are called virgin hair. Okay,
Got
okay,
it. Okay.
wait. So virgin hair can take heat. Synthetic hair
Oh,
can't.
got it.
So, oh, okay. One costs $660 to $1,000, the other's $200. Synthetic hair is $200?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, wait. If she a cosmetologist, then she should have done her own wig. But not all cosmetologists can do wigs though,
Right.
because my cosmetologist, even though she can do um my mom's hair and my hair, which are two vastly different textures, she doesn't do weaves, she doesn't do braids, she doesn't do wigs. It's too time consuming for her, and her hands are starting to give her problems now, so she
Mm.
just doesn't do it. You know, and I think that's a specialty. Doing a wig, I think that's a
Yeah, 'cause
specialty.
you have to make if you have to make the base. Yeah, it's oof.
Yeah. Like you wouldn't want me making your wig.
So yeah, basically Marie, I just
There's a lot
she
of
gives me
missing
pause.
holes in that story,
Right.
you know, and I don't think anyone is addressing
Mm.
why didn't somebody talk to the wigologist?
Right, and that's what Latrice said. She's like, "Why didn't you talk to the person who made the wig for you versus coming to me and coming at me?" Which I agreed
Mm-hmm.
with.
Yeah. So, okay. So, who, all right. Did you understand? Okay, first, let's do something positive in between. Antoinette was asked about Mint Dental. She says that it was opened and
Mm-hmm.
she's taken her first clients,
Mm-hmm.
which is yay.
Mm-hmm.
Egypt asked her about the HBCU program that she was
Right.
starting, and she said that she got her first applicants. So
Yep.
she's helping them get into is it dental programs
Yes.
in
To
HB,
get
like
them to
she's
get the.
helping with the
Mm-hmm.
application fees and stuff like that.
Yes,
So
and
I
then she
thought
helps
that
take
was
them through the
great.
process.
Yes, I thought that was great. I thought that's her paying it forward. And like she opened her business. She started her program, you know, helping the youth. I think she had a great story arc.
With her, it was interesting. I thought I would like her the least, but I actually like her. I've grown to like her the most.
Why would
Be-
you think you would like her? You were going
because
to
I
like
thought,
her
I
the
thought,
least.
I thought her storyline would be typical. Like,
Hmm.
like she is struggling as everything's going to work out in the end. I didn't think she would be as open. I thought she would be. Um, she comes across as like the meekest, so I didn't think she would be the most forthcoming. But to me, she's been the most open book of all of them. Her
You
to
gotta
me,
be
her
careful of them quiet people.
she let it all hang out. We saw her break. We literally saw her break down. Like she was just going through it because she was. You could see you could literally see the stress on her face, like going like
Mm-hmm.
500K. I think I'd be in the corner crying if I'm being completely honest. But you just
Mm-hmm.
saw how things were delayed, and like she's like, I'm worried, and talking to her dad, and he's worried about her. He's like, you can do it. She's like, I know, but it's just so stressful. And you got to see at the end, it just didn't come together. I'm like, I was glad to see like you guys didn't just magically make it happen. Like she's like, look, I ain't got no
But she
bathroom.
owned it.
Right.
And she made a little poem about it. I didn't even realize until like the second or third time I heard it. It was kind of like a little poem. I don't know. I think she's relatable. I'm still a little confused about the kid story, but
She
whatever.
doesn't want kids. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call it. I could be wrong, but I think for her, she really doesn't want kids due to her own issues. That's just my opinion. I don't think I just don't see it.
Mm.
I think she has her
That's
own. I think
interesting.
she has her own issues to work through, her own insecurities, and I don't think she wants to take on something that she knows she doesn't think she can do very well. So
I think we would have to explore her relationship with her
yeah,
dad because I think
her
it
dad.
goes back to that. Um,
This
but
part, like
yeah,
Jimmy
that's a
says,
good.
I saw her because of the friendship with Kailyn. Here's the thing with that one. I understand exactly where you're coming from in that regard, but I think that we all have friends who are problematic in certain ways. It's just Kalen's problematic is more on the social justice level, which makes it more uncomfortable. And Kaylin, I'm okay with giving a chance because she opened up. She was honest and said, you know what, this is the first time as a white woman I've ever been a minority. And I really haven't heard many Caucasian people, white people, how you want to say it, actually admit to that. And she like, she seems to be from a prominent family and has a good job, so she doesn't need this check. So for her to put herself out there and put herself in a position to be attacked, I think I can give her credit for that. I really can. And you can also tell Antoinette holds her accountable behind the scenes. And she's also told her Like you need to buckle up.
Well, maybe the check isn't the motivation for Kaylin. Maybe, she wants relevance on social media like most people
Mhm.
do nowadays. Um, the check isn't motivation for her. And is it true? Because I heard little tittle tattles over the weekend. She was supposed to be a Belle, but I guess got sidelined to a friend of the Belle as the season rolled on. And that's why there was so much footage with her.
Right. Am I? This is a good question. Yeah, but why Kaylin went to the blog? What I'm curious is how do Kaylin and Marie know each other? Because if you're Marie and you don't know this girl, why are you fighting with her so hard? The way it came across to me when I was putting the pieces together after watching the reunion, you guys know each other from somewhere outside of this show. You have to because everything that's been said sounds like it's been personal.
Yeah, she said that she meaning Kaylon or Kaylin or whatever her name is, said that she knew all of these things about
Mm,
Marie.
right.
How? Like, I know it's a small town and everything, but it can't be that small.
Right. That's the thing. Cause I was watching I was watching reunion. When they were reviewing their spat, I'm like, well, based on the way you guys talk, you two don't really run in the same circles.
That's
So
what
how
I
do we
was
know
here
each other?
thinking. I don't think they run in the same social circles. I mean, unless she goes to the mental health facility.
But my thing is like you guys, it just doesn't seem like you guys are running those same circles. So how would you know each other? Like you two seem to have had a personal interaction somewhere, like on a business level, for someone to know personal details and their specific personal details, particularly about finances and potential law issues. You have to know someone pretty well to know that information. And the fact that Marie hasn't denounced these allegations, she's deflecting, but she's not denying.
I wish I knew when this blogger started dropping information about Marie, because if it was after that first brunch, then I could see in the realm of possibility Kaylon going back, digging up some dirt, and then going. Or she could have gotten the information from Latrice and Antoinette and then went to the blogger. But didn't they also say that when Kaylon went to the blogger, he already knew all of the information anyway?
Some of it, but Kaylin already knew information about someone she really wouldn't know. So start there, and then you have to look at the fact that Latrice and Marie aren't close friends. So when two people really don't know each other, there's no real connection outside of a TV show, but you have extremely personal information. How did you get that? Who do you know, and how do you two come together? Because I'm not fighting with someone on that level that I don't really know well.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What's the connecting thread? It can't be Latrice only. There has
Well,
to be things
maybe
other
Kaylon
issues.
was really in her feelings after that brunch. I don't know. It's just very weird and a lot of like missing pieces where it's not clicking for me.
Well,
Sorry.
no. What I'm saying is, I get where you're coming from. I don't think Kaylin was that offended after that brunch. I think that was just purely for the cameras, if I'm being completely honest. But for Marie to go in so hard about someone you don't know, because the level of conversation, her reaction did not fit the circumstance. I'm like,
Mm.
okay, like you kind of you can come across like a bully in the situation, but you guys took it to a personal level. And I don't know about you, I don't take things to a personal level in regards to people I don't know or who I haven't had a prior issue with. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, the whole thing seems contrived.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that. It does seem it's very contrived
because it
on
doesn't make
Leticia's end,
sense.
on Leticia's end, and Marie's end. But when you peel the layers back, there's some truth. Because if it was all contrived, then Marie wouldn't be out here doing these interviews trying to clean things up. If you know you're innocent, all you have to do is sit back and let things play out. You don't have to jump out and try to do damage control.
Right. And especially if accusations are coming from someone who is not reputable. Like, why are you like getting so upset about it? If it's not the truth, why are you getting so upset about it? You know, maybe her business is being impacted, maybe, but like your tried and true business partners are not going to let you down.
Right.
This is like a little itty bitty show. It's not like this is not like a Sharon Osbourne situation.
Correct.
In the least.
You're not international.
Right.
You're not international.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to demean the OWN network or anything, but
no, it's not.
I don't know. Okay, so Yanni says, yeah, what happened at the brunch wasn't that big of a deal, or for Kailyn and Marie to be so upset afterwards and go that low.
Well, here's another thing. And what struck me was that while all this was going on, Leticia, I'll start with Leticia. Let me start with Tambra. Tambra, who normally speaks up for these things, didn't say anything. She just sat on the couch, was being quiet. I'm like, okay, that's interesting, because you're one of the first people to jump in and defend someone. Interesting. But what really struck me is that Leticia did not say that, oh, this blogger is out there telling lies on my friend. It's not true. What she said was, what her concern was, is that the information was out there. Typically, when people feel like they're being attacked and there's lies, they normally say, like, these lies are putting out there, these untruths are out there, not information. When you use the word information, to me, you're validating what's being put out there as true, and I found that very interesting.
Yeah. I agree with you on that, because there's a distinct difference in the words. Like, if it's lies, you're coming out and saying they're lying. Those are lies. Those are untruths. That is not me. But she did say information. Information means that it's, could be used as fact. Oh dear.
This is another thing. Good. This is a good point. At the beginning, it shows that she actually tried to stop Marie from being rude to Kailyn, as she knew something really bad was coming. Exactly. Which tells me that there is some validity to what they're saying. Oof. And if they were, my thing is, if they were lies, you would just laugh it off.
Oh, Marie. Okay, what if Carlos, when creating this show, did all his research and dug up all of these little dirty tidbits on each of these ladies? Like, we have to come Leticia's husband's outside baby. Like, all of these ladies have little cherry bombs in their background. What if he's the one who dug up all of these things so that he could recruit these ladies, tell them that they're perfect for this show, knowing fully well that Ferris Street was never going to go anywhere because she didn't have a proper business plan, that there was a hidden baby coming. For Marie, you know, all of these shady business claims. Let's see, Latrice, I'm sure he has a lot of bombs on her, but he's probably saving that for season 2. And then Antoinette. Oh, I wonder what he could dig up on her. Not too sure.
Oh, dig up the
Antoinette
ex-husband.
and Tambra. Maybe he can figure out, like, I think she's been with that guy, her future baby daddy, all this time. That's just my opinion. I don't think they've ever broken up. I think they've been together. I think he's going to add some batter to those eggs. I don't know. Like, yeah. I
Who are we
think
talking about?
for Tambra,
Oh,
the
yeah.
guy, yeah, I think they're going to be together. I think a wedding's going to be in season 3. Like, I think he's got this all planned out, and that he has dirty information on all of these women that he will release every season to make it spicy.
I mean, that's good producing.
You know, he's not above that.
It's true. But it's just very interesting. Like for me, like this reunion was telling, and you get to see the cracks in people's personality because I find it very very interesting how Leticia went so hard for Marie throughout this whole season. Never really addressed her behavior except for that one time. Gave her passes about being part of her brunches being ruined. You know how Marie is alienating the other girls from Leticia. How Leticia was affected with Ferris Street by Marie's behavior due to the brunches. X, Y, and Z. Right? Leticia's defended her through this whole season so hard. But when it comes down to the reunion and this whole blogger information leak situation, you stay that mute?
Well, didn't she say that at first she believed Latrice and then something happened and now she doesn't believe Latrice? She feels like she was
It was the phone call.
involved.
It was the audio. It was
yeah.
the audio.
Mm-hmm.
True. But you notice that Leticia's not defending Marie. She's more concerned that the information actually got out there and there's actual an audio. So
Yes.
her concern is the fact that the information got out. It's not denouncing that the information is false. It's not saying the information is false.
She was upset because it came from within the collective.
Correct.
And it shouldn't have, because we're a sisterhood. No, y'all a bunch of women that met on set. Just saying. You know, she was very concerned about it coming from within the collective.
Right.
Well, maybe if y'all acted right to each other in the collective, maybe all of y'all nasty little secrets would have been kept in the collective.
The audio's from Kailyn, not Latrice, so even that doesn't make sense. Right. And that's the funny thing is y'all are killing me because this is produced. You did not do a good job because you're not saying the right thing.
What if Kailyn went rogue? Like, she had her instructions to do all these things, and then she's like, I'm Jefferson Davis's great granddaughter, and I can do what I want. I'm gonna burn this down. And that's what she decided to do.
Right. I could see that. I could see her going rogue. No, it's plausible the fact that maybe she was demoted right before season started and she's mad,
yes.
so now she's getting even. But the cold part is though, it appears looking from the outside in that she may be burning this stuff down with truth.
I would be whole up pissed if I went and bought a goat with some diapers for the goat, thinking I was going to be a Belle, and then I was not a Belle.
That's true. That's true.
I'd be whole hella pissed. Just
but I think right. But I do chat. I have a question for you guys. Do you think we're on the right track?
I don't
Like,
know.
do you guys
Definitely.
think that based on what we see and what we've talked about here, is it possible that the information is about Marie is true?
Um, yeah, Yanni, this one. Okay. I think that Leticia, like, although it was the collective, I think Leticia formed an alliance.
Yeah.
And I think she is uber loyal. And I think she placed her marks with Marie because she
Mhm.
thought that they were the strongest for some reason. Um, and that's who she stayed with and defended throughout the whole season. And
Mhm.
she was never going to say anything detrimental to Marie on camera. Do I think that she did it off camera? Probably, but Marie's not going to listen to her.
Right.
You know, it's sad. Um, I feel like Vital. Yes, Trey. This is
Yeah.
how I feel. It's not clicking for me. Yep. I still have a lot of questions. Um, she's probably not as rich and successful as she portrays. Who, Jemmy? Who's not as rich and
Marie.
successful? Marie? I've been questioning that all along. And all you could tell me is that she probably lives in a flood zone. But yeah, no. And I think it was quite telling when Latrice said, I own and you rent.
Right. But it was true to the that was my first red flag in the reunion. I'm like, that's a very poignant comment, and you're saying it as truth, and Marie's not denying it. Because
Mm-hmm.
Marie's like, well, how do you know? Oh, you know more about my life than I do. I'm like, well, ma'am,
County
and then
records can tell you whether you own a home or not.
right. Quick question.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that the fraudulent businesses are like an MLM? Because I'm not sure if anyone remembers this. It was like a pyramid type scheme type thing. It was like Suli or something.
Who?
Suli. Oh, it was
I remember
the
5 links. That was
it's like
really big.
it was like a I think it was like a MLM for basically for black folks where you would pay in like $500 to buy in, and then yeah, it was crazy. I've got it. It was insane.
Oh my God. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them, because look, she's got 10 businesses. I have a feeling a lot of them have folded and are no longer in existence, but she's still claiming them as being active to make herself look that big. But no one in their right mind is going to be juggling 10 businesses, and you have lupus and whatever else you're going through, and a son that is repopulating the city of Jackson all on his own in 1 year. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lot. It's a lot.
Susu, that's what it is.
So, oh my God, that's what we call in the church in Barbados, you turn a hand in susu. So you give every week whatever amount, and at the end of 3 months, you get back all the money that you put in.
Susu. That's what I was like.
Oh,
Susu, Susu. That's what I heard about like a couple years ago. I'm like, nah, that just sounds like I got paid money. That's a pyramid scheme. Play with me,
no, you get back the money that you pay. Well,
right?
ours is done in the church. So
Right.
you get back the money. You're supposed to get back the money that you put in. Another thing for it is called you do a meeting turn. So after church, you
mm,
go to the church meeting, and that's when you give in your money. Not the tithes to the church. This is your separate. This is like your Christmas fund. So you
mm,
do a meeting turn, and then at the
mm,
end of 3 months, you get that back, like all the money that you've saved with no
mm.
interest. I'm confused why he's at the reunion. Who's he?
Carlos.
Oh, he's a producer, isn't he? Or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
When Marie kept her red bottom she's box under her desk as to not let them touch the ground, she got the side eye. But this is a lot. Like this was just a lot of questions. I want to
Yes.
know. I hope part two really brings it on home because Marie talking about she got receipts. I mean, if your receipts are that audio, I don't care because I want to know what information was put out there if it's true. An audio does nothing for me.
Honestly, I don't want to hear Marie talk about it because I start to zone out when she starts talking because she talks in circles.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a limited lifespan at this point, and I don't have time for that. I want you to do bullet points. I want you to have a PowerPoint presentation, and I want it to be over in 5 minutes.
Right. And audio doesn't do anything for us, so we know about the audio.
Yeah.
The audio was already leaked, so
she's
we
been
don't care.
claiming receipts from episode one, and we have yet to see them. So, whatever. I don't know.
My thing with her is she's smart, but she's not as smart as she thinks she is. And because Antoinette shuts her down, she's like, "Are my name on those receipts?" Crickets. Yeah, it's just Marie. Sometimes you just need to calm down and just tell the truth. Yeah, she's not coming off as someone who's working on her doctorate. I expected better from her because she doesn't articulate herself very well, which is very interesting to me.
Well, when you're trying to put together a patchwork of lies as your comforter, you know, you do fuck up. Sorry. All right, so that was the Belle Collective, Season 1, Episode 10, Reunion Part 1. I have so many more questions regarding this one, but next week we should be tackling the issues of Marie's husband, Cedric, Marie's other husband, Essie, who that baby over there with Glenn, and Beyonce and Jay, or did we tackle that this episode? I don't know, but let's get to that. That seems like it's going to be a whole lot more entertaining, and I should have a belly full when I do watch that. If you guys watch this episode, please leave a comment below. Let us know your thoughts. You guys came up with some really great points and questions in the live chat, and you've given me even more things to think about. And I'm even more confused than I normally am regarding this show. So please leave us some comments. We read them and we respond. Give us a thumbs up if you were just as confused about this episode as we were. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and most importantly, tell a friend. Tell a friend about our little messy show, and so that they could come and talk with us too. All right, my friend Jamal. Until next time, which will be in a few minutes.
A few minutes.
Bye.
Bye.